then guys, how's it going, and welcome to the Boxing Day predictions. I've got my very festive Mexican Christmas jumper on. I hope you guys are all doing good. Looking forward to the Christmas, the New Year, just the break from work or school as well. I know I am. And as always, we are going to go through all of the predictions for the Boxing Day, and there is a game on the Monday night as well. So Boxing Day is Sunday, so you've got all this week and Christmas Day to watch this video and get your predictions in if you want to. And as always, we will go through all of the games. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's got involved in the last couple of videos. I will shout out the winners for those videos in a second, but I also want to say a big thank you to you guys who have watched all season, who have liked, commented, predicted on the videos, subscribed to the channel. We hit 25,000 subscribers just last week, and that's all down to you guys, and it's massive thank you from me. Great Christmas present for me, hitting 25,000 subs. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, then please do so. But as I say, winners from the last two videos, the midweek games, if you got 3 correct scores, that was enough to win. So we had 3 winners. It was Jimmy, Michael and Patrick. Well done to you guys. 3 correct scores in the midweek. And then at the weekend, there was only 4 games. So you only needed 1 correct score to win the weekend's video. And those winners are RJ, Kyle, Cool, Duck, Etamino, R7, Bullerboy, Revolutionary, Anthony, Toomey, Jesse, Amazing, and Bradley. So loads of shout outs this week. It is Christmas, so well done to everyone. And thank you as always for getting involved. And remember to get involved again. Predictions down in the comments below for the Boxing Day games. But as always, we will go through them together now. So starting things off on Sunday, 12:30 BT Sport on Boxing Day, we have got Liverpool taking on Leeds. Liverpool, they had been on a winning streak, as you can see on the screen, for over 7 games, 6 games plus, until they drew 2-2 against Spurs at the weekend, which had its controversies. Harry Kane's tackle was a bit wild, and then Annie Robertson getting sent off as well. So, 2-2 in the end. Klopp was not a happy man at the end of that game. Taking on a Leeds side who have lost their last 3 games, but have got a very difficult Christmas fixture list. I know Newcastle have got a tough one as well, as a Newcastle fan. Leeds is even worse. Leeds is really tough. Now taking on Liverpool on Boxing Day, it's not getting much better, and I've predicted a 3-1 win to Liverpool in that one. Another game on at 12:30 on Sunday, but not on TV, is Wolves taking on Watford. I think I've jinxed Wolves, to be honest, because I kept saying they were going to lose. They won quite a few games, and since I've started predicting them to win, the form has dropped a little bit. They've won just 1 of the last 6 games. Having said that, they did draw against Chelsea at the weekend, which I think is a very good point indeed. Taking on a Watford side who, to be fair, have also won just 1 of their last 6 games. The difference is, though, Wolves have been drawn more than they've lost, and Watford have lost the other 5, losing against Brentford in their last game, which was ages ago. That's one thing you'll have to take with a pinch of salt in this video when I'm talking about form, because some teams have got loads of games in hand and some don't. So, as I say, the Watford's last game was losing to Brentford. That was 2 weeks ago, because of all the cancellations. So fingers crossed all of these games go ahead on Boxing Day. I've gone 2-1 Wolves, so the Wolves fans won't want to hear it, but I have predicted them to win this one. I think, again, I just think generally they've got a better side, so I've backed them there. Moving on to the Sunday at 3 o'clock now, we have got Burnley taking on Everton. So, Burnley, have lost just 1 of the last 7. So they are sitting in 18th place, they are sitting in the relegation zone, but I mean, losing 1 of the last 7 isn't bad going. Obviously the issue is they've won 1 and they've drawn 5, but a draw against West Ham in their last game is a good result. So, a good result, I would say a good draw for them. So, they're in a tough place, but again, I think Dyche knows what he's doing and he's been there a lot. So, slow and steady is almost, I think, what they're playing for at the minute. Taking on an Everton side who generally have not been good this season, despite a fantastic start, haven't been great. But again, 1-1 with Chelsea for them in their last game, which again, I think they'll be very happy with. So I have backed the draw. I've gone 1-1. Burnley love a draw, and as I say, Everton are a bit all over the shop, so I could see it possibly ending maybe 1-0 either way or a 1-1. So I've backed the draw there. Next up again, 3 o'clock on the Sunday, we have got Manchester City taking on Leicester. Funnily enough, the last game for both of these teams in the Premier League was a 4-0 win against Newcastle. So there you go. Manchester City obviously beat Newcastle 4-0 at the weekend. Again, they have won 7+ games in a row. The stats on screen only go up to 7, so it could be more. They're doing very well. First in the league, taking on Leicester side, who again, because of cancellations and stuff, their last game was against Newcastle, where they also won 4-0. And generally have been okay this season. Up and down, I think is the best way to say it. So I have backed Manchester City. I've got 2-0. Leicester can pull it out of the bag. Leicester have got good players and there's no reason they can't get something here, but I just think as a prediction it's got to go to Man City. Next up, we've got Norwich taking on Arsenal. Complete opposite form trends from these two. Norwich have lost the last 3. Arsenal have won the last 3 in the Premier League. They also won last night against Sunderland in the Cup and made it through to the semi-final of the League Cup. Norwich's last game they lost to Aston Villa. Arsenal beat Leeds 4-1. So I have gone Arsenal 2-0. Sitting 4th now, Arsenal. So again, doom and gloom for Arteta and Aubameyang and everything else, but they're sitting 4th, you know, so they're not doing too bad at all. Moving on, still at 3 o'clock on the Sunday, we have got Spurs taking on Crystal Palace. Spurs have had won 3 games in a row, which you would say are relatively winnable games. I think Conte's just about getting them up and running. And then, as I say, drew 2-2 against Liverpool, which again, you know, for a Spurs side who, as I say, are kind of trying to find themselves at the moment. As I say, I know there was some controversy flying around in that game, but still, I say a draw with Liverpool is a good result for any team. Taking on Crystal Palace, who had lost a few in a row before beating Everton and then drawing against Southampton in their last game. So again, Crystal Palace 11th, middle of the pack, kind of plugging away. As I say, a few losses, but kind of find their feet with a win in the draw. I've gone Spurs 2-1. I don't rule Crystal Palace out, to be honest. I think they definitely are getting something out of these players. Obviously, Gallagher on loan has been incredible for them. I think Chelsea could possibly do with bringing him back, to be honest. And yeah, 2-1 Spurs. Moving on, the final game, 3 o'clock on Sunday, we have got West Ham taking on Southampton. West Ham, dip in form. Like, if you're a West Ham fan, then please feel free to tell me down in the comments. I'm not 100% sure what's kind of changed there. I think they had maybe lost a game or 2 and then beat Chelsea, and I really thought that was going to be like the resurgence of West Ham. But since then, they drew with Burnley, which I think they will be disappointed with, and then lost against Arsenal as well. I did watch the Arsenal game, and by all means, I wouldn't say that West Ham necessarily played badly in that game. I just thought Arsenal looked better. Taking us on a Southampton side, who again are plugging away, drawing games 6 points above the relegation zone, which I think they'll be happy with. Obviously, they'll want to try and progress the best they can this season. Drew against Crystal Palace in the last game. I have backed West Ham 2-0. As I say, the players are still there. They still have Antonio going forward. I think they just need to. And it's a congested Christmas, and the one thing with West Ham is they don't necessarily have the deepest squad. So again, we talk about if a player like Antonio did get injured, you know, where do they go from there? I think if they want to try and really continue this Champions League push, they could probably do with a couple of players in the January window, or really try and bulk this squad up. I mean, as we say, with games getting postponed and stuff, not only are we going to have a very busy Christmas, but I think the rest of the season to try and make up for some of these games could be even busier. So and they play Spurs tonight in the cup, so it's busy. Yeah, I've backed them 2-0. We'll have to see what comes from that. Next up on the Sunday now at 5:30, we have got Aston Villa taking on Chelsea. So obviously, Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa has made them look a very good side. You know, in the last 6 they've won 4, and the 2 games they lost was against Liverpool, where they pushed it right to the wire, and a loss against Manchester City, which again was a close 2-1 game, even though they lost. So winning the other 4 isn't bad going, is it? And they beat Norwich in the last game 2-0. Taking on Chelsea side, who again play in the Cup tonight against Brentford, sitting in 3rd place. Their form, I mean, they've drawn the last 2 games. They drew against Everton, they drew against Wolves. I mean, they can't put the ball in the net, can they, to start it? You know, they've brought Lukaku in. Obviously, he's not been up to full fitness yet. I think he's just about getting back in now. They could really do with someone who's going to score them a few goals, to be honest. I've gone 1-1. You can't rule Chelsea out. I think on the day they're a fantastic side. I think that Ziyech as well, who started well, has kind of fell off a little bit. They have been missing players. Kante, Kovacic as well, kind of making their way back in now. You know, so maybe that will kind of resurge them moving into the rest of the season. But as I say, Villa have looked good, and even the games they lost, they really pushed it. So I'm going to go 1-1. And then moving on to the Sunday game at 8 o'clock. So there is a lot of football on Boxing Day, you'll be glad to hear. We have got Brighton taking on Brentford. Again, 2 teams, 13th and 12th place. As I say, Brentford play tonight against Chelsea, so maybe Brighton with a slightly longer break. And as I say, Brentford have had an extremely long break. Their last game was against Watford 20 days ago. So we're talking about postponements. Brentford haven't played a game in 3 weeks, and they did win that game in the last minute. And then as for Brighton, they're just drawing everything. They started the season really well, and then I think they've just drawn the last 15 games. I've gone 1-1. It's boring again, I know, but Brighton draw out all their games, so I think it's a fair comment. I think Brentford would probably be happy with a 1-1 draw away against Brighton. And to finish off on the Monday night now, so the 27th at 8 o'clock, we have got Newcastle taking on Manchester United. So you can see on screen, Newcastle have lost the last 3, albeit tough games. 4-0 loss against Leicester, 3-1 loss against Liverpool, 4-0 loss against Manchester City. Now taking on Manchester United, who have won their last 3 games. If I'm being completely honest, as a Newcastle fan, of the 3, of Liverpool, Man City and Manchester United, Manchester United at home is the one I looked at and thought, can we please try and take some points from a game this month? Manchester United will be smelling blood, to be honest, because Newcastle are terrible at the minute. No doubt Ronaldo will completely run our centre-backs ragged, and they will be looking at this game as probably a sure thing 3 points. But it's Boxing Day. It's not Boxing Day, it's the day after. It's the Monday, it's a night-time game under the floodlights. Eddie Howe has brought Matty Longstaff back from his loan at Aberdeen. He's going to step in and he's going to score the winner, and it's going to be a 1-0 Newcastle. And that will be my Christmas miracle for the season. But yeah, why not? Let's go for it. You got to be positive. So those are all of my predictions up there for the Boxing Day games. Be sure to get your predictions down in the comments below. As I say, the first game kicks off at 12:30 on Sunday. So I will be making a note of all of your predictions before that game kicks off. And as I say, I will be shouting out the winner in my next predictions video, which is probably going to be Tuesday, maybe the day after the Newcastle game, because we have more games coming up straight after that between Christmas and New Year, and then we have got more games again on the, it's not New Year's Day, I think it's the day after. But anyway, there's a lot of games coming up, so get your predictions down below. As I say, I'll shout out the winners in my next video. And this will probably be the last video before Christmas, so have a great Christmas. I will see you before the new year, because we've got the predictions for the next lot of fixtures. But thank you all for watching. As I say, this has, been a season that a series that I've been doing all season. You guys seem to like it, so I love doing them. Like, comment, predictions down below. Subscribe if you're new. We still have loads of you guys who watch the videos but haven't subscribed. So if that's you and you're still watching 15 minutes later, then do hit the button. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.